Right now, there is a separation. There's a schism between man's mind and his heart. Humankind has a separation of the heart energy from their consciousness. And because of that, we make decisions that aren't grounded in love. And when we make decisions that are not grounded in love, it always leads to some form of consequence. There is no way around this, because when we don't make decisions and act based on love, we're making a decision based on a deficiency. Hope that makes sense. Now, in an enlightened state, ladies and gentlemen, through the Kundalini Christ consciousness energy, this energy wakes up at the base of our spine, and it moves up our spine and opens up and activates all of the dormant chakra centers within our cerebral spinal system. Now, when the Kundalini energy gets to the heart chakra, it stimulates the heart chakra and completely awakens it, and it blossoms like a flower that's being fed water for the first time. When the Kundalini awakens the heart chakra, what happens, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very complicated process that involves your tongue, and I'm not going to talk about that in this video. But what I will say is that it opens up something known as the sacred space of the heart. Now, the ancient Egyptians were privy to this sacred space within the heart and used it to achieve greatness here in this world. They were complete humans. They had bridged the schism between their mind and their heart. And that's what the awakening of the Kundalini, or that's what the awakening of Kundalini does. When it gets to the heart, it activates these dormant parts of our heart chakra, and it allows us to actually view reality from the truth. Again, some of these things make sense to me, but I'm not sure how they come out. Right now, we exist in a state of complete separation from our chakras, and because of that, ladies and gentlemen, we are walking around pretty much with like 1% of our battery charged. We make decisions based on a complete lack of wholesome we make decisions from a lack of enlightenment, and that's what we are right now, ladies and gentlemen. As a culture, as a species, we are an unenlightened group. We are an unenlightened species. We have all of the capabilities, technologies, spiritual understandings, all of this stuff to be able to lift our consciousness into the heaven consciousness of the Kundalini, but it doesn't happen because this energy is being suppressed. Because the human being, ladies and gentlemen, whether you want to believe it or not, has been turned into a slave species. Drumvalo Melchizedek talks about this extensively in his first book, The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, Volume 1. I don't think that's the first book he wrote, but that's the first of the two-part series, excuse me. That is a complete owner's manual on the Merkaba. That book teaches you how to awaken the Kundalini energy. It teaches you how to awaken your Merkaba through breath work and visualization. Incredible book. That man is doing incredible work. I believe he's based out of Arizona. Now, when the Kundalini opens the heart chakra and nourishes it, which is what the Kundalini does, ladies and gentlemen, it's electric energy that awakens all of the dormant electrical primary conduits within our system. I hope that makes sense. But when it opens the heart chakra, it causes a specific region in your heart to become awakened that most people will go their entire lives never experiencing. This is the sacred space of the heart. Now, when the sacred space of the heart is truly awakened and stimulated, it has the potential to activate something around our bodies known as a Merkaba, which is a light body vehicle. It's a three-dimensional star tetrahedron. This is part of the overall auric template of humankind. This is when man and woman becomes genius, when we experience the full potential of our genes, ladies and gentlemen. When we experience the awakening and arousal of Kundalini energy, it turns us into what we were designed to be, which is a God human. When the Kundalini energy is truly awakened, we have complete and absolute control over ourselves. We have self-mastery, and we have we have complete control over our destiny and our will. We can now manifest anything. We can literally create things in front of our eyes with our mind. We can manifest things like that. We can materialize things. It is my understanding, based on my own experiences with Kundalini, that with this energy activated, we have no limits. We absolutely have no limits. But we've fallen to such a minimal, we have such a minimal output. We've been so beaten down subconsciously by the world that we live in and all the programming, that the idea of us not having limitations actually triggers people when I say these things. If you get triggered because I say we don't have limitations in our purest state, then I've just exposed you to your programming. You're welcome. We have to learn to contemplate what we've been clinging to, physically, in the form of food, mentally, in the form of thoughts, emotionally, in the form of feelings. We need to wake the hell up. So right now, collectively, human beings make decisions politically, decisions about their diets, decisions about everything based from a separation of mind and heart. The subconscious mind and the conscious mind are completely divided. And that's why so many of us experience trauma. The subconscious mind is the vast labyrinth of mind that you no longer remember you have connection with. Let's put it that way. When you scrape yourself and you cut your knee, your subconscious mind at light speed instructs your physical body on exactly how to heal that wound. Now, the subconscious mind responds to beliefs. The subconscious mind is the complete owner. It's what causes the law of attraction to work. So whatever you believe with every fiber of your being, ladies and gentlemen, on the deepest, most instinctual level, actually manifests in your reality through your subconscious mind. A great book, if you want to learn more about the subconscious mind, and I have a large library of books about the subconscious mind and how to use the law of attraction. A great book, one of the best, is Passion Play by Dr. Jack Tips. I wish this goddamn camera would focus. I have these in my Amazon store. I would buy these quickly because I'm not sure how long they're going to stay on the shelves. Some of the greatest books have become so expensive because they weren't printed for very long. And this is Manifest Your Dreams with the 7-minute Native American mirror technique. What this allows you to do, what it teaches you to do, is use your heart to beam information into your subconscious through visualization in something known as sensualization. Jack Tips is the author of the amazing book, The Provida Plan, which I've talked about before. Great book. And another great book, you guys, if you want to learn more about the subconscious mind, is Philip Cooper's Basic Magic, A Practical Guide. I would show his other books that I recommend, but this is the only one I have here in Virginia right now. My entire collection of his books are back in California in a case. But bridging the schism between our mind and our hearts is how we are going to heal on a collective level. Part of why we can't evolve out of the rut that we're in as humans, ladies and gentlemen, on a collective level is because we are operating in a state of consciousness that is, by default, it's a division. It's a divided state of consciousness because these two very intimately connected parts of our consciousness, our heart energy and our mind, are separated. When the heart chakra actually awakens, it diverts the energy from the brain and brings it into the heart. And when that happens, the heart starts being the predominant organ for making decisions and even thinking. You see, there's a reason why the Egyptians viewed the heart as it being so absolutely sacred. They viewed the heart as being more sacred than the brain. In an enlightened state, ladies and gentlemen, the brain becomes more of a filing cabinet system and like a random access memory port. And the heart, especially the heart chakra, this part of our cerebral spinal system, takes governance over the entire system, because each of our chakras are connected to every organ in our body, but it also has a relay connection to the brain. And when the heart awakens, ladies and gentlemen, the brain, the divided kind of consciousness it's diverted, because when the heart chakra awakens and the Merkaba actually comes online, it takes the right and left hemispheres of your brain and completely fuses them. There's no right and wrong anymore. There's no duality. Everything becomes just pure unity, and that's governed by the heart.